So, tonight, this meeting is about classic WoW stuff. As most of you have probably already heard when I announced it, Blizzard looks like they're doing classic WoW in about a few months. 1 to 2 months, maybe 3 at most. Burning Crusade is supposed to be about a year away. And where did I get this information? So, if you look at my YouTube channel and you look at my history, you'll find that I have a video announcing Classic WoW before Classic WoW was announced. I got a cease and desist from it, all that good stuff. I had to take down some videos, but I ended up getting distracted here. Ended up removing the videos, but posting another video to still show proof that that was posted in the first place. So now this contact at Blizzard that filled me in about Classic WoW originally has now filled me in about the Classic WoW fresh servers. Now, these fresh servers, I know a lot of you guys are going to have questions about them, about the fresh servers and what it means. It's supposed to be no transfers. No transfers, you have to start new, and it's going to be a whole new fresh experience with more changes than the first time around. For the most part, the first Classic WoW experience was pretty much change-free. It was pretty much no changes. Some slight stuff here and there, right? This time, you could expect a lot more changes. Recently, they did the obviously, there's no more multi-boxing. You know, you can get account actions, whether it be ban, suspension, whatever it may be. That's a change. You might argue that it's a minor one, but it's a change. There's some other stuff, the hunter changes and stuff, and you could expect some changes to world buffs coming. I don't know what those are, but you could expect that. So that's the end of the general news about WoW and stuff. Let me get a little specific about Classic WoW Fresh real quick. When I first got this information, they said December or January. I have since been told, it's looking more like January than December. Grain of salt with that stuff, because little inside info, I was told 4 different Classic WoW estimate dates, and as you can imagine, when things are not announced publicly, they're very susceptible to pushbacks. Because they're not really disappointing anyone, right? They can push back products that are not announced, and you guys don't know about it, or we don't know about it, right? For the most part, we don't know about it. And I'll tell you right now, as a business, Blizzard, they're smart. You know, they want to hold those subs as long as possible because they want good revenue throughout the year rather than one big push for a lot of income, because that doesn't work well when it comes to a publicly traded company, right? So Shadowlands is doing really well. That's not good for us. Shadowlands is doing really well. I know a lot of you guys are already playing it, which kind of sucks. That pushes things back. So I don't know if I'd expect a pushback from that, but their earnings report is supposed to be early February, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly later than that. Slightly later. This late February, I don't know the exact date, you can look it up. BlizzCon Line, I think they're calling it. It's like a BlizzCon Online thing, late February. You could expect a Burning Crusade announcement at that, but not a date. You're probably gonna get a date at actual BlizzCon towards the end of the year if that happens. So it looks like it's a while off, but again, things change, so who knows? But Classic WoW Fresh is coming. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do fresh servers. And we're going to play it. So we're going to go into a little detail on the history of Classic WoW and what ruined it for us, what we're going to do differently the next time going forward, and maybe you decide whether or not you want to be a part of that. So I know a lot of you guys I haven't spoke to for a while. Some of you guys are still guilty. Some of you guys are from Kirtanos. Some of you guys are in a raid right now. I know that. I'm getting a little messages about that you have it up in a raid. Good luck in AQ40. So let me just start out by saying I hold no grudges with any of you guys in Kirtanos. I know some people, let's be real, hate me. Hate me? Like, want me to die, hate me? I don't know. I don't know why. I get it. I was a little bit of a ball buster sometimes, right? But we always play to be the best, and you get some enemies that way. But anyway, guys, for real, I hold no grudges. There's already people I used to kind of have a little bit of wars with, and I've been in the Larry's Discord talking to them and kind of smoothing things out a little bit, and really, no grudges, nothing of the sort. So everyone from here to know is cool in my book, and if you ever want to talk about anything, please feel free to hit me up. Anyway, moving on. So what ruined Classic WoW for us? So speedruns and parses. That's the number one thing that ruined Classic WoW for us. Warcraft logs. Warcraft logs is, in my opinion, the biggest piece of shit to ever infect Classic WoW. It is fucking horrible. It is horrible for the community. It is horrible for the game. And it's got a very little good about it, and I'll get to that. So this is coming from before you guys have the opportunity to say, oh, you don't like Classic WoW, Warcraft logs for Classic WoW because it makes you look bad. It makes you look like a bad player and all that stuff, Nekrage. Well, this is coming from someone that was ranked 4 in the world at one point when Blackwing Lair launched. So it made me look pretty good at sometimes. That's as a Tauren warrior. So that's pretty good. A little bit of bragging there. There's a speedrun, 44 minutes. We did pretty damn well with that, right? But, again, I don't like it. I don't like it because it changes the way you play the game, it changes the way you look at the game, and what you consider to be a judge of guild success or lack thereof, right? So, we originally stated that we would never participate in speedruns. Never do speedruns, never do parses, and 90% of the guild, pretty much like 90%, I'm making up that percentage, but very large amount of the guild during a meeting, they wanted it. They were like, let's do speedruns, let's do parses, because people think we're bad because we don't do it. And I'm an idiot for saying, all right, guys, you guys want this, let's do it. That was the beginning of the downfall for Classic WoW for me. That was the beginning of the end. That along with rank 14, but I'll get a little bit more into that. So now we can say, I told you so, right? I know it ruined it for a lot of people. There was a lot of guild members that the day we quit, they were like, oh my god, thank God we're done with that, with the speedruns and all that stuff. So we have grounds to say, I told you so. That was going to be bad. We did it. We succeeded for the most part in it, right? Speedruns and parses and stuff. We had some pretty decent success in that, right? So yeah, it wasn't for us afterwards. It just kind of ended up killing the game for us. But no shame in those that really enjoy it. There's people that really, really, really like it. No shame in it. You guys keep doing what you're doing and keep rocking that shit. You know, if you're good at it, you enjoy it, keep going. But not only did it like become a focus of every single thing we did in raids, like everything was about speedruns and parses, it changed everything we did outside of raids as well. So we were unable to log on to our main characters because we're holding Darkmoon Fair buff. We would lose PvP ranks. We were unable to be, PvPing on those characters. We couldn't use them at all, right? And that kind of killed a lot of enjoyment for people because, like me, it's World of Warrior for me. So if I'm not playing my main, my warrior, kind of kills the game for me. Like that's what it's all about for me. So raid logging with buffs while you play other games is not fun. That's not what keeps a guild together. It's not what keeps like a family together. And that's what Oran'Thul's always been about. Being together and just enjoying playing games together. And that definitely hurt. That hurt the enjoyment of the game, and it made us kind of start looking elsewhere a little bit to bring the guild back together. But most of the WoW time was spent on alts, farming gold for consumables that we didn't even need. We didn't need to complete these raids, but we spent so much time farming these consumables because there was a requirement to help us in these speedruns and these parses, otherwise it's going to make us look bad on Warcraft logs, and that was the wrong way to look at it. So instead of using these consumables for like to help you in a raid when you need it, you're using it to shave your precious few minutes off your raid clears so you can brag to a bunch of fucking morons that are playing Classic for a third-party website, third-party leaderboard that's going to tell you whether or not you're successful. It's fucking ridiculous. So players literally adjust their play style. This is my favorite. Players are adjusting their play style to make themselves worse as a guildie and as a raid member. Makes you a worse player, but you look better in your personal parses. So, rest of shamans paying druids for innervates, so they can spam more fucking chain heals, while the priest and druids are starving for it. For those of you that don't know, innervate is literally the worst thing on a resto shaman. Actually, it's probably worse on a holy paladin, but they're not in our raids anyway. But you'd have these shamans paying druids, literally paying them gold, to throw innervate on them so they can make their parses look better. Overall, that makes the raid worse. You have a starving priest, a starving druid that could use that innervate, but this guy needs to parse, right? He needs to have his number, instead of being an 89, it needs to be a 93. So he needs to pay for that innervate. Mages that refuse to help stack Scorches, Warriors not helping stack Sunders, Casters paying for Power Infusion, Priest not using Power Word Shield because it doesn't parse well as spamming Flash Heal, and like players not dispelling. And that could be a Mage, a Priest, whatever it may be, a Druid. You're not dispelling because that's not DPS, that's not heals, and that makes your parses look worse. So overall, it makes players play like shit. It makes you play worse, so you can have better numbers. So, being a dead horse here, yeah. What is Warcraft Logs good for? Warcraft Logs was originally designed to help players become actual better players by looking at parses and saying, hey, the other Warlocks in our raid are doing... You're doing 2/3 of the Shadow Bolts they're throwing. Let's try to increase that. Let's look at that and try to make you a better player. Like, that's... When Warcraft Logs is used correctly, it can help a player become a lot better. And we've had players kind of come to us and be like, why do I suck? Can you help me become better? Huge respect for that type of player, but that's what Warcraft Logs was good for. Instead, it became like the absolute judge on who's a successful player, who's a successful guild, who's doing well, and that's just fucking ridiculous. That's not what the game was about. That's not what the community was originally about when I played back in the day, and that's kind of the nostalgia thing, right? Like, when people are like, oh, you think you do, but you don't. That's just nostalgia speaking. In a way, yeah, I guess. You know, you go back and you kind of expect the same thing in your head. You expect it to play it the same way, and it doesn't. And that sucks. And you know who I blame? The whole community. Even myself, for buying into this thing. When we originally said, hey, we're never doing this, and we ended up buying into it and being like one of the shills for Warcraft Logs. It was horrible. I should have never done it. And now we can say, hey, I told you so. And that's that is the main reason behind what killed Classic WoW for me. You know, that was bad. So anyway, that's what Warcraft is good for. So it's a great tool for that. And when we go back, we would do that. We would private log and be able to work with each other. Say, hey, we're going to private log, and we're going to compare you as a Warlock to the other Warlocks in the raid. Not Warlocks in that raid, and that raid, and that guild, and this guild, and that server. Let's talk about our raid. Let's compare you to the Warlocks in our raid. This guy's really good, this guy's really good, but you're down here a little bit. Let's try to make you a better player. And the reason why I say to compare it to the people in your raid is because some people utilize different strategies. And some people are killing bosses in 30 seconds with full world buffs and full consumes, when your guild is killing it in 45 seconds, 50 seconds. There's no shame in that. You're killing it. That's what it matters to me, is you're getting the boss down. You're at the end of the day, you still leave with the same loot, you know? This guild's leaving with the same loot that you're leaving with, but they killed it a half hour faster. I enjoy raids. I enjoy being in a raid. I don't want to cut down one of the most enjoyable features about Classic WoW into a shorter thing. If I can have a 2-hour-long raid versus an hour-long raid, what's the shame in that? I'm happy with a 2-hour-long raid because I'm with my family. I'm with my friends. I'm with my dudes that I have a good time playing with. That's important to me. So when I say use Warcraft Logs to compare to your own raid, I mean that. It's not like, oh, these warriors are doing a shit ton more DPS than our warriors. Why? Because their fight lasts 20 seconds and they have Recklessness up for 90% of the fight. But in your raid, that's only like 25 to 40% of the fight they have Recklessness up. That's not a fair comparison. It's going to make those warriors in your raid look horrible. But that's not what it's about. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people's raids. So moving on. We talked about what killed Classic WoW for us. Let's talk about what made it amazing. What made it fun. Leveling with the guild. Obviously, that was very early. World bosses. World bosses were great. We had more world bosses than any guild in the world, confirmed by someone at Blizzard. Raids with the guild before speedruns were great. PvP with the guild. So yeah, you see a theme here? You guys are what made Classic WoW really amazing. For the most part. There's a few bad apples in there, but for the most part, you guys are awesome. You guys, there's so many people, I see their names in chat now, like, you guys made the game for me. Like you guys have a special place in my brain, and I would never forget any of you guys when it comes to MMOs and whatever future game we play. Be like, oh, I wish that guy was here with us, And I'm hoping that, well, I already know a lot of people want to come back and do this thing again the right way, you know, without perverting the game for us and destroying it. So I'm hoping some of you all guys that made this game awesome are going to join us again, or maybe even join us for the first time. There's some people on Kirtanos that were, I know some of you guys are lurking. Some of those people on Kirtanos that never joined us or even had a kind of sour relationship with us that are thinking about it. Reach out to me. I'm happy to talk about any past, I don't know, misunderstandings, let's call it, and get beyond that. So going forward, I'm calling this the second coming of the Oran'Thul. So going forward with that, we're making a ton of changes to support longevity and actual enjoyment of the game, along with success. So longevity, success, and the actual enjoyment of the game, all right? So no longer are you going to be like, oh, it's raid day. That sucks. If the game gets to that point, what the hell are we doing? Something's got to change, right? So, 1, we will never do a speedrun or a parse run again. We will never do it. Do I make myself clear? We will never do a speed run, we will never do a parse run, and we will have guildies that didn't run with us previously in Kirtanos that we meet on the new servers that'll be like, hey, why don't we do speed runs? That's got to be shut down. That will never happen again. 2, this is where people are going to fight me. You guys love loot. Whether people say, I don't really care about loot, but can we talk about why I didn't get that item, Nekrage? Everyone, in my head, everyone cares about loot to a certain extent, right? I'm the type of dude that's like, give me the minimum, give me what I need to get the job done. But as a main tank, that's kind of contradictory because main tanks need a lot of gear. But everyone loves loot, right? This is where you guys hate me. All hardcore members will be required to have an alt that matches their main class and spec. Okay, hear me out. So no longer will we have split runs or like alt runs with players who don't know the first thing about playing their alt's class in raids. So we've had players that are like great priests, and then they're raiding on a rogue, and you're like, wow, you suck, dude. You're great on your priest. What the hell's going on here? They don't know how to play it, right? So no longer will we have to worry about the impossible task of organizing split runs while worrying about who is bringing what class and spec. Like, okay, Nekrage, you gotta go to this raid on your main. Let's make sure Carlitos doesn't go in that raid. We gotta get him in the other one. Carlitos, what do you got? A priest? Okay, well, that means this priest needs to sit out and go there because so Carlitos can bring his priest. Oh wait, we don't have enough rogues for the suppression devices. Like, there's so much going on when you try to organize these split runs. It was a daunting task, and Harley did a lot of it, and it was stressful. It was difficult and almost impossible to get it right. Harley did a really good job with it, but it was very difficult. So, picture this, right? You organize a raid with 50% mains and 50% alts, right? So your alt is the same as your main, but half the people are on their mains, half the people are on their alts. Once the raid is cleared, all we do is get, okay, Molten Core is cleared, everyone switch. The people that were on their mains are now on their alts, the people that were on their alts are now on their mains. The class, the comp doesn't change. The comp doesn't change, I'm sorry, the players don't change. Nothing changes, not even the roles you do in the raid. I can main tank on my alt, or even off tank, and then like Carlitos, I know he's interested in joining us, I hope he does. When we do the swap from alt to main, he's now on his main, he'll probably be main tanking, and I would be on my alt, right? It's so simple. So again, just picture this real quick, right? You're doing Molten Core, Ragnaros dies. All right, guys, drop a mage portal to org. All right, everyone log off and swap. Everyone logs off in org. Swap to you. If you're on your alt, you are now on your main. If you're on your main, you're now on your alt. All right, whisper me invite. Boom, 40-man raid is made. Let's go. And everyone knows how to play these classes because we just did the raid. You guys already know these guys know how to play that class because that is their main. There's no, oh, he's coming on his warlock. He fucking sucks on his warlock. Great, I wish he was on his main. Like, no longer is that an issue. That's it. And you guys love loot. Don't bullshit me. You guys like loot. This helps you get loot. We've had players that were literally in the best gear in the world. Like, there was maybe like a few players in better gear than them. I'm not kidding. Like, a few players in the world of Classic WoW, not Kirtanos, all of the servers, still complaining about loot. Those people are not the people I'm talking about. You'll never be able to please those guys. There's no saving that. You know, there's no satisfying those type of people with that level of greed. And we had more loot than almost any guild in the world because we had every world boss kill. Right? And that's still going to be a focus. We're still going for those world bosses. We're still watching it at night. We're still waking you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And we're going for those world bosses. So we're still going to do that. I enjoy that. I know a lot of you guys enjoy that too. And a lot of you guys enjoy the loot. Split runs. These are guaranteed successful split runs that we can do for more loot in the guild. It's win-win, but you guys have to give me this one. Your alt has to match your main. We will have additional raids for casual members that you can bring your alts to that are of different classes. But there's going to be like a hardcore alt. It's got to match your main. Your main's class and spec. Someone's going to ask me, what about race? We'll talk about that. I'm kind of torn between that. I'm happy to hear people's ideas on that. Because I assume that some people might be like, well, I'd really like an orc because I like the PvP on an orc, but I want my main to be a Tauren because I want to tank with him. Like, I don't know. But please, guys, you got to give me this one. You got to give me the alt has to match the main. Please. It'll work out well for you guys. It'll be an enjoyable experience. It won't be like, hey, we're clearing BWL, easy. Great, it's an alt run, and it's a nightmare, right? That's not going to happen anymore. So, moving on. More of a focus on PvP for the guild this time. So one mistake I personally made, and I kick myself every day for it, is I stopped PvPing when I hit rank 14. You guys knew I was into PvP. You guys knew I lived in that. I hit a little bit of humble bragging. Ready? I hit World's First rank 14. The first week where you could be rank 14, I was it, along with Carlitos. We enjoyed PvP, but it stopped for us as soon as we hit rank 14. It took a massive focus of the game away from me, and I'm not doing that again. I will not... Wait, let me elaborate on that. I will not be stopping PvP once I hit rank 14. I will be going for rank 14 again, at least 2 times. On my main warrior and my alt warrior, I will be going for rank 14. So we will continue to PvP and assist guild members in hitting the ranks they wish to hit. And we will promote PvP. We will, we'll discuss how that impacts raid loot, like whether or not you're ranking and stuff. We'll get to that. We'll discuss this together in a future meeting. How's this going to affect loot if I'm going for rank 14 on my warrior and this guy's not? Do I get a little extra something for it? They should. I feel that way, but I'm always happy to discuss it. But I'll be going at least twice to rank 14, maybe even a third time on a PvP healer, maybe. But the only reason I say that is because if our Warsong Gold groups need a flag runner, Resto Druid, I used to do it. I'd be happy to do that again. So, moving on. I'm going to get to questions, guys. I promise I'll answer some questions. So, you guys might like this. 1 required raid day for hardcore members. 1 raid day. You guys might be saying, like, what the hell? How are you going to get that done? Okay. So, this supports more of the previous point, like more PvP. More time to PvP. More time to farm gold, if that's what you want to do. Level and all, whatever it may be. More time to raid on non-hardcore alts. Like, not the one that matches your main, but like you're a warrior normally and you have a mage you like to raid on. Well, you can raid on that on the additional day that we add for casual members. So we're thinking 1 raid day, but it's going to be lengthy. It might be 5 or 6 hours. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the day. We'll talk about the time in a future meeting. But that's the idea. That's the plan, is to have 1 raid day. And just to clarify, I'm going to one more time for the guys that got here late. This is about fresh Classic WoW servers coming. Official fresh Classic WoW servers. How we're coming back to the game. What new rules we're going to bring into place. And how this is going to lead to longevity and success and enjoyment when we go back. So, official fresh Classic WoW servers are coming. And BC will almost certainly be a long time away from that. It might be another year, but you could expect to hear some information about Burning Crusade and the fresh servers in BlizzCon Line. I think that's their weird name for it, towards the end of February. But we should hear something about the fresh Classic WoW servers before Burning Crusade, shortly after next launch, which is only about a week away now. So Get ready for that. And here, point 5. Look at my face. Ready? You can record this. I will be uploading this. I will be saving this. You can hold this against me. We will be going to Burning Crusade if we go to fresh servers. When we go to fresh servers. They do fresh Classic WoW servers. We will be going to Burning Crusade after we're done with fresh Classic WoW servers. So we go clear out Nax and stuff. We go to BC together. So if you're like, hey, I don't want to make a commitment to you guys because you might quit again and not go to BC. Look at my face. Look at this. All right? We will go to Burning Crusade together. You stick it out. You guys are there. You guys like how this is sounding. How we can increase enjoyment in this game and stay together and yeah, just keep the family together. Keep the guys going and enjoying this game. We will definitely be going to Burning Crusade together. So hopefully you guys are all for that. And then, of course, Burning Crusade goes well. I enjoyed Wrath of the Lich King. I would be happy to go to Wrath as well. But for now, that could be years away and probably at least 3 years away. Let's talk about Burning Crusade for now. That is a guarantee. We're going to do that. I always use the name Nekrage. We'll always be Oran'Thul or a variation of the name. For now, it's going to stay Oran'Thul. I will always use Nekrage, so you can haunt me through the MMO years if I don't go to Burning Crusade after doing this. So, I'll get to that question in a second. That's a great question. Got a Discord message. So what's next after this meeting? I'm going to do some Q&A towards the end, but leveling practice. So, I know a lot of you guys haven't been in Classic WoW in a while. Like myself, it's been 8 months or so. We are going to be hosting a leveling practice event on an official Classic WoW server, which would require a sub. And the reason why it's going to be an official server and not a practice private server like we've done in the past is because it's real. The experience is real. All the quests are working. Everything is legitimate. We're going to be doing a leveling practice thing because we're not playing to be anything less than the best. All right? We don't consider the best speedruns. We don't consider the best parses. That's not a judge of what's the best. Getting a raid's done first. And if it doesn't happen, fine, whatever. I don't care. We have world bosses we gotta look out for. We gotta push these PvP ranks. We gotta do what makes us the best and what we judge as success and what deems a guild, whether they're the best or not. We decide that. I will tell you if you're the best. I will tell you if you're successful. All right? But for real, yeah, we're gonna practice. We're gonna hit the ground running, and we're gonna play to be the best as we always have. Because anything less than your 100% effort just kills the game. It's where's the competition? Where's your head? You should go 100% in anything you do, in any game you play. That's when you load up that Cyberpunk. Play it on the hardest difficulty. Challenge yourself. I believe in you. All right. And I bring up Cyberpunk because we are going to be beginning this leveling practice January 8th, which also happens to be my birthday. That's going to be a good birthday gift. Get everyone together, and we'll form leveling groups and go on an official Classic WoW server. It will be on a PvE server for the Classic WoW leveling practice. PvE. There's a reason for that. I expect a lot of you guys to try to troll it. That'll be fun. But we're going to be on a PvE server for just the practice. Just to clarify, PvE for the leveling practice. When these fresh servers come, it will be on a PvP server. Did we make that clear? Okay, we're going to be playing on a PvP server officially when fresh launches, but just for the leveling practice because it could be harassed to a crazy extent and it wouldn't be a realistic representation of what your leveling would be like. Because if we go to a PvP server, it might be level 60 Alliance camping you in Stranglethorn. That's not realistic because we would not face off against level 60 Alliance the first week of fresh servers because they won't be there, right? So that's the plan, just for leveling practice, and then we would go to a PvP server for the official servers. We are going to be having another meeting in the near future discussing raid comp, loot, times, all that stuff, etc., right? So hopefully some of you guys are excited about this. Hopefully you guys are. Hopefully you guys like how this sounds. I'm going to go ahead and post a form if you want to join us for this. I saw a picture of myself and it made me laugh. Take a look at that form. It's gonna have some good stuff for you to fill out. questions, related to class. Do you want to go hardcore? Do you want to? Oh, that is bright. Are you interested in this type of stuff? I'm going to drop the image real quick. It's going to look like this. It's got a whole ton of questions. Well, not a ton. I mean, it's got like 10. I put this in here for people that go to this later and just click the form without listening to the meeting to kind of show people straight up that we don't hate Warcraft logs because we were bad at it or it made us look bad. We hate Warcraft logs because it ruined the game and it was shit. So, guys, I hope you like what you've heard so far. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop it either in stream chat or in the guild meeting questions chat. I'm going to try to go through this. Oh man, that's a question. That is a question. It's a question and a half. That's 2 questions. That's 3 questions actually. Why run away to fresh servers? Oof. Run away. One thing you have to know about me personally is I always play to be the best. If I miss an MMO launch by like an hour, I'm the kind of person that's like, I won't even really play it. It's kind of out of my hands in that situation, Like, I like hitting the ground running, like the second the server's launching, being there, rushing, and that's kind of why the leveling practice is very appealing to me, because I want to be the best right out the gate, right off the start, and just go crazy. And yeah, why not challenge Kiltranos guilds again? So I'm gonna be a little stuck up here. I'm gonna kind of follow Harley's footsteps there. Whether you hate us or not, you guys know we were good, right? You guys know we were crazy with the world bosses. We put in a lot of effort. We were good players, and Kiltranos, you guys got good players too. You still have good players. You guys, you should be proud of your accomplishments. I'm not kicking you guys down. I'm really not. I don't mean that by this. But we were really, really good, right? Like, we had world bosses on lockdown. We did well. We had very prestigious PvPers, guys that were up there at the top. So I feel like we made an impression on Kiltranos. A lot of you guys are probably still playing there. I love you guys. You guys are a good community. You guys got crazy trolls in there, but they bring some flavor to it, right? I still get screenshots every day of people dropping Oran'Thul and Nekrage in chat, and it's been 8 months. Like, we made an impact. We did what we had to do. So, when you guys are done with Nax, if you're still rating on Kiltranos, when you guys are done with Nax, if you don't want to wait to go to BC, or let's just say BC drops in March, and you're like, I'd rather do Classic Fresh with Oran'Thul again. Please come. Please join us. The open arms over here, really. Again, like I said in the beginning, I don't hold any grudges with anyone. If we had a poor relationship, that's okay. I'm happy to talk things out. If you hate me for some reason, something happened, hit me up. I'm happy to talk about it. I've already spoke with some people before. Morgan, I don't know if you're around. You're lurking a little bit. I spoke to Morgan a little bit. I know he's still a little pissed off, but like, I don't hold any grudges. Like, we had some crappy stuff happen, but it's all right. People heated in the moment. People say stupid shit, and it means more to me than it probably means to you guys. Like, I care about how you guys, if I really upset some people, like, there's some people that are really pissed off and upset about some of the shit we did, like stealing all the world bosses. Like, that's competition. I don't mean to step on you guys, but that's reality. You compete for these things. So we got a lot of hate just from that, like death threats because of that. Guys, it's just a game to us in the end. It really is. And I don't mean anything personal. There's people that would curse me off, tell me to die in world chat, and we'd go, if I met them in real life, we'd go grab some food together and grab a beer or whatever the hell it may be, right? So we're chill. So again, guys, please contact me if you ever want to talk about anything. My Discord ID is on there. So hopefully I didn't stray too far from that question, but I feel like there's nothing left in Kiltranos for me. There's nothing really left to challenge. And will we do speed runs when Burning Crusade is out? Oh, God. No. 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 No, we won't. We will not. That was funny. So it's not a question, but I got pulled into a meeting once on Kiltranos servers. This is really early. This is right before Kazakh and Azuragos launched. And like all these guilds invite me to this Discord where they just had a meeting without me. And I joined and I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, what do you invite me for? And they said, Nekrage, we decided we're going to share world bosses. I was like, all right. Actually, I think it was right after Azuragos and Kazakh. I think it was like after the second kills on them. We decided we're going to share world bosses. I was like, you guys can share amongst yourselves. I mean, you could split the 0 kills up amongst all of your guilds. It's a little stuck up, I guess. I was being an asshole for sure. Yeah, we already had them on lockdown, right? Yeah. They were like, we decided we're going to share world bosses. All right, go ahead. Share the 0 kills with all 5 of your guilds, because if you split 0 in 5, and you each get a fifth of 0, you still got fucking nothing. And it was pretty funny. You have any idea when they might speak on round 2 of Phase 1 servers? Okay, so let me just say this right now. I mentioned it before, but Classic WoW was delayed like 4 times. You know Overwatch delayed Classic WoW? Overwatch's success delayed Classic WoW. Shadowlands' success is probably going to delay Burning Crusade and Classic WoW Fresh. So, keep that in mind. Also, expect a slightly different experience the second time around. We might see changes to world bosses. We might see the 5-man AVQ right off the bat. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, that would be my best educated guess. Informed guess, I'll say it, because I got a little information. It's definitely going to be after next, which is only like a week away. And you could expect to hear some news on it, honestly, probably early January. It's probably going to be a little bit of a wait. Probably like a month or a month and a half out. So stay tuned. And if you guys have any questions pop up, feel free to join the Oran'Thul Discord, discord.gg/Oran'Thul. You're more than welcome to just chat with us. Whether you want to be a member of the guild or not, you're always welcome to chat with us, have any questions, or you still want to curse me off after this and you want to talk something out, that's okay. We can talk some stuff out. I'm trying to see if there's any questions either in the Discord or in stream chat. If you have any, please feel free. Are you going to raid when you practice to level 60? Oh, that's a good question. I thought about that already. Depending on how many people practice and level to 60 on that server, if you guys are like, hey, we're all level 60, we got nothing to do, Classic Fresh isn't here yet, you guys want to like go to Molten Core and mess around and go to... All right. I would do it. I don't care. I could see myself saying, yo, let's do it. I am not done with Fractured. I'm not done with Fractured, I promise. It's another MMO I've been playing. Will server transfers ever open up for the Fresh servers? No. Not until Burning Crusade for that server. And these Fresh servers are supposed to run until Burning Crusade launches. So it might be a little faster. It might be like, instead of launch to BC, instead of launch to BWL, I mean, I'm throwing a random number out here. I don't know how many months that was. 3 months? I don't know how much it was. 2.5? But instead of 2.5 months to BWL after launch, you're looking maybe at 2 months. It might be a little bit sped up. It could be 7 weeks, slightly under 2 months. You know that. So expect a slightly different experience the second time around. They won't have the same. It almost certainly won't have the same release schedule. Like 2 months to BWL and then 2 months later to the AQ, because that's how it was the first time. Again, made up those timelines. I don't. I'd have to look it up to see when the thing's actually released, but expect it to be a little different. So hesitant to click the link. Oh, if you're booted, I don't know. Talk to me about it. You shouldn't be. If you are, I don't think that's intentional. I'll get that fixed. But yeah, I'd be open after the leveling practice to kind of, raid together a little bit. And guys, if the talk about Classic WoW kind of scares you a little bit because you've never played and you're like, wow, these guys have done it all already, that's okay. I don't care if it's your first time ever playing WoW. I don't care if it's your first time playing Classic. That's okay. I'm happy to teach you guys the ropes. Like, we're not Nazis like that. We're not like, oh, you have to already be the best. You can learn. We can learn together. I still have to go through a refresher. I haven't done AQ40 in a while. I got to refresh myself on that. Nax and stuff. We did practice on our own private server. But last time I did official Nax was, well, like everyone else, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. But, so, yeah, guys, I'm happy to teach everyone. anything you want to know about Classic, whether it be a class. I mean, I'm best on a warrior. If you wanted to learn another class, I would point you to someone else. Class leads, they're almost all open. Almost all open if you want to be a class lead. If you... Ooh. This is a good question. If Burning Crusade comes out in the middle of Fresh Servers window, for whatever reason, like they changed that, and they drop Burning Crusade in the middle of Fresh, and we still haven't finished AQ and Nax, would we switch over to BC if they had a transfer option? Ooh. Here's how I look at that. They would, for me to say no to that, they would have to say, hey, BC's coming out right now, but when we finish Nax on your Fresh servers, we're also going to have fresh BC servers right at that time. So you might get BC 6 months later for your server, or you can go now with your character. I would talk to the guild and be like, guys, do you want to keep going for 6 months on Classic and then go to that BC? I'd be happy to do that. But if they were like, hey, we can't guarantee you BC fresh when this server reaches Nax, I would probably go to BC right away, because that would ruin BC for us. You know, if you go 6 months later into BC, you're done. It's like me when I say I don't like playing MMOs like an hour after they launch. Like if I miss the launch, I'm the dude that takes off like a month from work for an MMO launch. You know, missing 6 months of an expansion would kill it for me, and probably for all you guys too. So we would obviously play that by ear, but according to Blizzard, after these Classic WoW Fresh servers should finish before BC launches. So BC might be another year out. And again, grain of salt with that, because things change. Things change a lot with unannounced stuff. It might come sooner. We don't really know, but they might speed up these Fresh servers a lot. So there's still a lot of unknown. But hell, let's go through the unknown together. Let's do this. I'm happy to go back to this. And one of the main appealing things about this is it brings us together. You know, it brings us together again. And I hate it. I hate not having an MMO to play together. I hate saying, hey, what are you guys doing today? What do you guys want to play this weekend? I have this 4-player co-op game to play with 4 players when there's 50 of us that want to play together. You know, like that sucks. That's not fun. Not having like a big game to play with a lot of people. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to go back to Classic. Plus, we have all this knowledge in our brains about Classic WoW. What's the first boss in Molten Core? What? Go ahead. I'm asking you that, guys. What's the first boss in Molten Core? What abilities does he have? I always say she. What abilities does he have? Well, like, you guys probably know the answer to this. Who is the second boss? What do you have to look out for? How should you be positioned in that fight? Like, you guys know this stuff. There's so much knowledge that we have that we're not using, and it's kind of like almost wasteful, you know? It's like, we know this crap. We should be putting this to good use. You mentioned server transfers on Burning Crusade launch, hoping to clarify, but would they also allow transfers from servers like Kirsanos onto the new server for BC? They should. They should. You know what? I'm gonna up that and say almost guaranteed, yes. Because that would mean these fresh servers are forever locked to themselves. And we'd never be able to get people from Kirsanos to transfer over when Burning Crusade comes. So the Classic WoW Fresh servers are supposed to be locked to themselves. That is it. But when those transfer to BC, that should then open up transfers from other servers to that BC server. That would be allowed. But the Classic Fresh servers would be locked to the Classic Fresh servers. So if there's like 10 new Classic Fresh servers, they would be able to transfer amongst each other, those 10. But the other like 20 servers, you can count on some of them being merged and stuff, those original servers we played on. But they wouldn't be able to come into this environment, this echo chamber of fresh servers, you know? They can't come over here. Because we'd have Nax-geared players when, I don't know, when BWL is just launching, you know? That would be a little wild. You don't know much about raids, never reached max level. Pfft, I'm cool with that too. I'm happy to help you get your first. You know how many times I was like, who just killed Rag for the first time ever? I love that. When people are like, I just killed Rag for the first time ever in your raid. That feels so good. I love getting people through that hurdle to their first anything in WoW. I like that. I like that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It looks like Carlitos might not want to go to rank 14 again, I'm assuming. He's thinking about trying to get his transfer in. You got to get to rank 14 again with me, man. We got to do this again. Classic WoW alone. Yeah, you got to get with a guild. Came here to troll, but honestly know that you love the game. Yet I can't forgive you for what you did to Phobia. If you want to come back here, I'll just leave you guys alone and enjoy the game in peace. Others will probably come and troll. Oh, others will come and troll. Also, I don't know what I did to him. You do know I shouldn't get into it. Let me just real quick put a little story straight with the drama. When we were leaving, and it happened with like Arcage in the back in the day too. I got like so much offers, real money offers. Like, hey, I'll give you $20,000 for your account in Arcage. Legitimate, like actual, real crazy amounts of offers, right? You know what I did? I gave the guild mansion to guildies that were staying. I gave all of my gear because nothing bound to you in Arcage. I gave everything away. The only thing that bound was like a glider and some ships. I gave it all to the guildies that were staying, right? Because it makes me feel good about myself. That's the honest truth. I feel good about myself at the end of the day if I leave a game and give everyone my stuff, right? That's the honest truth. When I left Classic WoW, dude, we had a guild meeting saying, hey, if you guys want to raid with the Oran'Thul name and still stay, you can do that. If you want to make your own guild, I support that too. Go ahead. Go have a good time. Whatever you guys want to do. And they decided, hey, we're going to make our own guild. And I was like, hey, I'm going to give you guys all of the guild bank stuff so you guys are set to go right off the bat. You guys got a good, healthy stockpile of stuff so you can make your own guild and start raiding together. Okay. Well, I got an audio recording of them saying I'm a cult leader and I'm a piece of shit and die in real life like what I used to get in World Chat. My friends and family that were still in the guild, they were still in the guild like official guild members, but they made their own guild in WoW, but they were still official guild members of the Oran'Thul, and they would go to a next MMO with us. They're saying that about me. Shit like that, dude. And that Phobia was involved in that. And this is already after I gave him a couple thousand gold. I gave it to some other players, like the higher ups, like the officers, the administrators of this new guild they made. I was hooking them up with a ton of stuff, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna sell a lot of the stuff from the guild bank and give you guys a whole ton of gold. I'm gonna give you flasks." I already gave them a bunch of flasks and stuff, and that's what they were saying behind my back. And I only had one of them come up to me and say, "Hey, dude, this dude's saying shit. This dude's saying all this crazy stuff." And then I started kind of snooping a little bit and saying, "Hey, no, I don't. I don't have that anymore." And you know why? It pissed me off. Nekrage doesn't get upset, but yeah, it kind of upset me. It kind of did. It fucking hurt, yo. Like, motherfuckers that used to, like, we used to fucking band together and, like, defend each other against that type of shit, literally telling me to die in real life. And shit like that fucking, what the hell? And this is, like, and a couple hours after I was handing them a ton of stuff from the guild bank and shit. And yeah, I was getting crazy amounts of offers and real money and stuff because people knew what we had. I stream, people see the guild bank stuff. Like, I never hit it. And that shit fucking, that's what happened, man. Oh man, Tatuba, yeah, he's a crazy dude. He's a little nutty. He's my actual brother, but what I mean by family is no one is blood related in this guild. With me, other than my brother who's not in the guild anymore. He's doing his own Fortnite crazy crap. Let him do what he wants. He's not going to be in the guild going forward for Classic WoW, Classic WoW Fresh. But I mean family as in, I actually care about these guys. All right, like I've paid for people's rent when they can't afford their rent. I've helped people out when they're in trouble in real life. Like. I've done that. The guild has done that. Guild's paid for people's subs when they can't afford it. We've had like a guild fund. Like, we don't want to leave people behind and stuff. And to hear those guys saying that shit about me, dude, that was horrible. I was like, yo, what the hell was that about? And this was after I was already telling them, I'm going to hook you guys up with everything. You guys are going to have 50, 60,000 gold, ton of flesh, all this crazy stuff. and he's saying this shit about me, and like I don't know what the end result of that was, like what they were hoping to do, because I wasn't holding them back. They were like trying to discredit me for some reason when I was just there supporting them. I was supporting them with gold, supporting them with like actually telling the guild, hey, at everyone in Discord, these guys made this new guild, and this guy made this other guild. These are your kind of like two choices that we support. These guys are kind of going this route. This guy's going to go a little more casual. Feel free to go to the guild that you want to go to. Whatever you guys choose, I support. You guys are you still belong here in the Oran'Thul. You always be a part of this type of shit. And then an hour later, getting linked in an audio recording of that. Dude. So I don't know what I did to him and why people probably still think like I wronged him. I was nothing but supportive for this guy, and I get it. He's a young kid. I think he was between 18 and 20, 22. I don't really know, but he's just relatively younger. I mean, I'm 31. I'm not old or young. I guess I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm old. I'm old for the MMO community, maybe. I don't know. But that's why I've learned. I've been Oran'Thul for over 15 years. I've learned a lot about guild leading. I learned a lot about guild leading just for going to Classic WoW, and I've been doing it for so long. Learned a lot about guild leading in general and Classic WoW guild leading. Like the whole alt has to match the main thing. I would have never thought about that without the first time around. I think we kind of discussed it a little bit. We never realized how important it would weigh on the guild and the stress it would give to the officers and the administration and stuff. So we learned a lot, but I think someone just donated. Please don't donate, dude. You guys don't have to. I appreciate it. I really do. That's heartwarming. I really appreciate that, but please don't waste your money. And whoever did, I'll have to check it via email because I don't have alerts. Yeah, I don't know who that was, but thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Also, check it out, Oran'Thul. But yeah, Oran'Thul is a big part of my life, and to hear people saying that type of stuff, it hurt. So read the damn note. Oh, it was you, dude? Oh, man. Stop throwing me stuff. I appreciate it. I don't know where I think Streamlabs will have it. I think I have to do that. But yeah, man. Like I said though, I hold no grudges. If even he wants to come talk to me about it, I'm not gonna reach out to him. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not gonna reach out to anyone because there's probably a large list where everyone hates me, but there's also 50 of them. I'm not gonna reach out to all 50 of them. If you guys want to talk, please, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and we can talk things out. You don't even have to apologize. All right, we can just talk it out and hear what you guys have to say. Oh, that's really fucking awesome, dude. I appreciate that. Music and Starburst for the next person that can't make the WoW sub. I can't afford it. That means a lot to me, man. It does, because there's already people talking about, like, I don't think I can afford the sub. So I'll probably be paying for a couple of people's subs, so I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, Oran'Thul's family, we ain't leaving anyone behind. If they want to be a part of the game and the guild, but they can't afford it, we're going to help them. We're not leaving them behind. So, yeah, it kind of what Harley said. So supportive of them, want to make their own guild and keep playing. Also trying to help them and share what I knew. And then not only did those guys... I lost it. Sorry. I was trying to help and share what I knew. And not only did those guys say that about Nek, and they turned around and spat in my face by removing me from their Discord without even a message. They didn't have the respect to even say bye to me. Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. Again, I don't even hold grudges. If people want to reach out, even if they were part of that catastrophe, we can talk about it. It's whatever. Water under the bridge for me. I'm not going to be that stuck-up moron. And I don't even consider myself taking the high ground here. It's just, I want everyone to be chilled. There's people that are already... I spoke to in Larry's Discord. Larry's Discord, he's got all the cool people from Kirtanos. You should definitely check it out if you're still playing on Kirtanos. But a lot of those guys, some of them kind of hate me a bit. We had a bad relationship. We got in voice together and talked it over, and it's cool. It's cool to. It's very very few times you get that in your life where you can mend a really nasty relationship with someone, and it's nice. It's nice to see other people do it, and it's nice to kind of do it yourself. So, yeah. Giveaways. Oh, speaking of giveaways, see that hat? That hat, Oathbound Gaming. We're starting a new YouTube channel, right? So a little bit of a plug. This is an RTX 3080, y'all. See that? That's a 3080. We'd be giving away this bad boy in the new YouTube channel. You don't want to miss it. And to be honest, it probably won't be that big of a giveaway because it's a brand new channel. So if 50 of you enter, you might have a good chance of going home with a 3080. The giveaway might span 1 to 2 months, and you can keep getting entries while watching videos on the new channel and stuff. That's the idea. I don't know if I'll be able to make that work, but anyway, yeah, we have a new YouTube channel coming for, and a few members of the Oran'Thul working together to kind of bring this up. It's going to be called Oathbound Gaming. You could probably find the YouTube channel. It's got like no one on there, no videos yet, but we're working on that. And I take back everything bad I said about your guild. I want a 3080. Yeah, that's going to be a kind of a way to celebrate the launch of the new channel. And hard pens and giveaway. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. If anyone finds the channel and wants to link it, go ahead. It's got, again, no videos or anything, but within the next 1 to 2 months, it's going to start getting a lot of content. Probably less than 2 months, but about a month. So, is that Carlitos guy still here? Still there? Yes, he definitely is. Carlitos is a good dude. He's my bro. We've been through a lot of crap together. A lot of bracket stacking drama. You and Morgan ever gonna make up? So believe it or not, Morgan and I actually already spoke. I think he's still a little upset, a little pissed off at me, like he'll never forgive me. But yeah, I spoke with Morgan. He's a free man. Morgan Freeman. No, for real though. I spoke to Morgan on Larry's Discord. I told him, like, dude, no grudges, man. We were kind of both pissy, like no sleep, bracket stacking, all that crap, you know. When you go in for the rank 14 grind, it pulls some sort of evil out of you, you know? Like your worst comes out when I feel myself getting grumpy as hell. Like, I'm up 30, 40 hours. I've done it. One time I was up a week straight I was up. I'm not kidding. Ask Harley about it. Harley did it too. We were up 7 days. You start being a real asshole. Morgan was pissy. I was pissy. It was the worst, I don't know, perfect storm. Right? But yeah, we spoke about it. I hold no grudges. Morgan's a cool dude. Good player too. So again, no grudges. If anyone ever wants to talk anything over, I'm always happy to talk it over. I don't want to go the rest of our MMO lives hating each other. We all cool. And Boss Jr., you're cool too. Who was it that played Alliance? We were mad chill with each other. We were kind of cool. We killed each other a bunch of times. I killed him more than he killed me. A lot more. But I remember like finding him in Burning Steppes, and he had like 10% health, and I left him alive. I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm actually gonna. I saved him from mobs and stuff. No, Shepard's awesome, but he was a warrior. Was it Sev? Might have been Sev, CEV. He was a cool dude. He was a nice guy. Yeah, rank 14 grind is definitely grumpy fucking people. Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna take all the blame here. Morgan was pretty grumpy too. I was grumpy as fuck. He was grumpy as fuck. We just kind of, I don't know, bumped heads one day. It was bad. It was a bad time for everyone. But we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go to rank 14 again. But we're gonna be a lot more understanding of that. Like, yo, I'm gonna warn the guild, guys, for the next 2 weeks to my rank 14 grind. I'm gonna be a fucking asshole. Please try not to hold it against me. I'm gonna be such a grumpy dick. But I'll go back to my normal asshole on that when Yeah, I'll definitely still be grumpy. Like I said, I'll give him a warning, but I'll be like, when I come back, I'll be a little bit more reasonable, a little more I don't know, bearable, right? Ooh, we still have some tension. Like it's okay to have it's okay to have like beef and stuff, and like keep it in game. That's all I say. Is like keep it in game, and we go at each other and try to kill each other and stuff. Especially if it's alliance versus horde. It sucks when it's horde versus horde and you just kind of cursing each other off all day. Like they can't really keep that in game. That just becomes a world chat war, right? But being able to kill each other and having a little bit of a like, I'm not so ignorant that people weren't after Nekrage. You know, people are like, oh, Nekrage is over there in front of Dire Maul again. That son of a bitch. Let's go kill him. Like I was a target, yeah, but I should be, right? It's flattering in a way, right? But people have their targets and wars and stuff. But yeah, I like when it stays in game. That's what I like. When it gets out of game and people start doxing and stuff, like I'm not kidding. People were attempting to DDoS this meeting, this stream right here. I was getting texts like crazy for click this link, do that link. I got like 3 of them right before it to try to get my IP to DDoS me. Like, guys, come on. We're all better than that. All of us. We could stop. We can stop with that kind of crap. Keep it in game. Even if you want to roll on the same fresh server and kind of target me, target us, like that's okay. Like I don't mind that. I like competition. That's fun. We'll be going for world bosses. You can try to stop us. That's fucking cool. I was playing an MMO called Fracture just about 2 hours ago. Some dude we had some little bit of beef with, for him like leeching off the group. He set an ambush for us and like went stealth. We ended up killing him, but I was like, huge respect for that, for going out of your way to try to do that. Like that was cool. Like I don't know. I think it means a lot to people when someone can get over that. So anyway, yeah. If anyone has any questions related, Baron's chat, related to us going back to Classic, how they can become a guild member, can they join the Discord just to talk? Like that's all cool. If you want to join the Discord just to chat, like that's cool too. If you want to think about it and maybe get back to me at some point, fine. You know, like you don't need to make a decision now. If you're still not sure if you want to do it, you have questions, want to join in on the future meeting to listen in on how loot's going to go and this specific day and time we're going to be raiding and how casual members are going to raid, all that stuff, let me know. But again, just to clarify, 1 raid day a week required for hardcore, but it might be 5 or 6 hours long, so it might be lengthy. It'll probably be on a weekend, maybe like a Saturday or something, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever works for people. 1 day. That way you can have the rest of your time for whatever you want. You can, I don't know, level alts, PvP, whatever you want to do. Join in on the casual raids and raid on another character. Like, if that's what you want to do, you can do that. So there'll be probably 2 raid days a week. 1 is required for hardcore. 1's the main raid that we do the split raid. So we might do Molten Core. Right after Molten Core, swap your characters. You know, swap from alt to main, from main to alt. Let's go do Molten Core again the same day. You know, do Molten Core twice, do BWL twice, do Oni twice. Like, that's why it's going to be a long raid, but we knock it all out. And then eventually, like, AQ launches, and you're like, hey, Molten Core is going to go away. It's on the back burner now. We might do it, but like, hey, let's knock out Gar and Baron for the chance at the bindings. But that's it. You know, then you're like, hey, fuck it. Let's get out of here. No one needs anything anymore. Let's go concentrate on AQ and BWL, something a little more relevant. And that's how I imagine these raids going. So people don't have to commit a crazy amount of time to meeting crazy raids and crazy requirements that just kill the game's enjoyment. Just weigh on you, you know, like it just sits on you and it starts really, really pressing eventually. Like, yeah, you can be hardcore as fuck and raid 5 days a week or some crazy crap on a bunch of different characters for 6 months, and towards the end of that, it's just draining. People are like, whether you want to admit it or not, you know it's the truth. It eventually gets to you, right? It eventually kind of weighs on you. If I'm not good for PvP, can only play PvE and help other guys take over. Is that is it okay if like you don't want a PvP? That's completely fine. No one's gonna be forced to PvP or forced to have a certain rank. We might make fun of you a little bit, you know, but anyone that wants to PvP, we're gonna support you. I could be double rank 14, triple rank 14. I will still be there with you. I will help you get your rank. I will lead your pre-mage. I will be there with you. I will do your flag running. I will wreck people. I'll show some cool videos of it too. 1 versus 5, you know, that type of stuff. I'll be there with you if you want a PvP. I promise you that. And that, again, that's a mistake on me. That's egg on my face, I think is the saying, right? When I quit PvP because I hit rank 14, it was bad. It was a bad choice. It was a bad decision, and I shouldn't have done that. But like I said, I learned a lot about Classic WoW, not only guild leading, but like myself, what I really wanted. I knew I hated speedruns, but I didn't know I fucking hated speedruns. Like, I hated it. Nope, if you do it, you like it, you're having fun, more power to you. I'm not going to bash you for it, but it is not for us. I just don't like when people hold other people to it. Like, you guys don't even do speedruns. You're a terrible guild. That's like one of my examples for it was, it's like a gold medalist, like in the Olympics, going to like a bunch of kids that are like swimming in a pool for fun and be like, you're not an Olympic gold medal swimmer, you're a piece of shit. All right, well, I'm not competing in the Olympics. You are. Go ahead. You can go for speedruns. I like competing in a different Olympics. World bosses. Rank 14, PvP, you know, stuff that I deem worth it. I like it. I like that type of a challenge, like camping the world bosses. Plus, it means extra loot. If they were like, hey, if you complete Molten Core in under 40 minutes, you get extra drops. Sign me the fuck up, yo. Oop, I just hit my mic. Sign me the fuck up. I'm going for fucking speedruns, you know? Like, we get extra loot. Fine. But there's no extra loot. There's nothing. There's no gold medal for it in the game, you know? You get a gold medal on a third-party fucking website. That website ruined Classic WoW for me, man. I'm telling you. And it ain't happening again. I ain't letting it. So, again, if I'm going to link that form. Jeez, my brain. I'm going to link that form again, and if you want in on this, you think this sounds appealing to you guys, and you want to join for it, check out the form. Survey says, check out the form and see if it's something you really want to do. One of the things on there is, we will not be doing speedruns or parses ever. Do you fucking understand and agree with this? We're not doing it. We're not budging on that. We will never fucking do it. I went over my reasoning, and if you want to hear it again, let me know. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Yeah, right? And you know what? We have the ability to do speedruns. We did it. We did our speedruns. In fact, we did it. Fuck, I keep hitting this mic. It's too close. I'm sorry if that sounds horrible. It probably sounds pretty loud, right? I don't know. We did speedruns. We did well. We were good at it, but it was just so draining. And it changed the way you play. It changed your comp. People were like, I better roll warrior, and fuck all the mages. Fuck everything you learned you thought you knew about Classic WoW. Fuck your raid comp. You need 18 more fucking warriors. Everything you knew, throw it out the window. Give me 18 warriors. Alright, we have 36 warriors in the raid. We're good to go. My cat just went, meh. Like, that's fucking horrible. That's not the way I want to play the game. In fact, I bet our speedruns are on there for Kirtanos, and I bet we have like 18. I'm sure people destroyed the time by now, you know, with what? Oh, I guess maybe they stopped logging it. I think that's what they did, right? I don't really remember. I can't see this raid? I guess not. I guess I can't see the raid. But, like, the whole raid was fucking warriors. Like, what's so great about that? Locks it at phase. Like, what the fuck's so great about that? Like, and it didn't feel great, you know? You hit the speedrun and you hit the speedrun accomplishment or whatever, the record. People were like, nice job, guys. That was it. That's the end of that. The server first Kazakh, Surf versus Uragos, like getting those down. That's people are happy, people are cheering. It's a good moment. You hit the speedrun record, and you're like, nice job, guys. Nice job, fucking farming 10,000 gold more than you needed for your consumes you didn't need to get the fucking raid done in the first place, and the log on for world buffs. Alright, log off, save your world buffs, go run your dire malls. Fucking, you're not allowed to play your main for a week because you got Dark Moon Fair buff. Good job, guys, for all that work. And people are like, yeah, we did it. Yay. It's not worth it. It's just, it wasn't for us. It didn't feel good to us. And again, I'm not a humble brag, I guess. I'm not showing this to really brag. I'm showing it because people will say, "Oh, Nekrage, you hated Warcraft logs because it made you look like shit and your guild was shit." We did well with it. We did good, but it just wasn't for us. It wasn't. We should have never went for it. And I think a lot of people, they let it get to them. A lot of people in my guild let other guilds get to them. Like, they was talking shit in World Chat. Oh, you don't even fucking speedrun. You know, it got to them. I'm from MMOs like Darkfall and Arcade and full loop PvP games where people literally tell you to die in real life. I hope your family dies. Like that's. I've been in that cesspool for the past fucking almost 20 years. Almost. That's nothing gets to me anymore. You know, like, and I think a lot of people, I talked about him earlier, like, he's a little younger, so it might be still getting to him, you know? Like, I've been through it. It doesn't get to me anymore, and I think it bothered a lot of these guys, and that's why they really wanted to start speedruns. But I think we could all say, that was a bad idea. That was terrible. It changed the game. I think we could all say, I told you so. Yeah, we have a lot of specific questions coming up about loot and stuff like that. We will definitely get to that conversation. We'll have another meeting in the near future. If you guys really want to do this and you want to be a part of it, we'll have a meeting. And it's okay if you don't know if you want to be a part of it. You could wait. You could wait to see when the dates are falling and the rest of our rules, when our raid days and time's going to be. It's okay to wait. I will say this. If you raided with us previously, you will get priority on the hardcore raid slot. I'm going to do you guys one. I'm going to do you guys a favor. You deserve it. You were raided with us. You were hardcore with us previously. You were with us, and Classic WoW kind of got pulled out from under you. I'm going to give you guys priority on the slots. You guys deserve it. I'm going to do things right this time. And we're going to stick what makes the game enjoyable for us. We're going to make sure we follow that. And I'm not going to ruin it for you guys this time. I feel slightly at fault for it. Still feel guilty. And that's one of the reasons why I want to go back. I want to right what was wrong. And I want to make it right for you dudes. So when Classic WoW Fresh comes back, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And if you want it, you want to be there, fill out that form. If you want to add me on Discord because you're not in the guild Discord anymore, or we're not on good terms and you want to talk stuff out, please, again, let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube, and people will probably troll it and smash me for it. But it's not officially announced, but I know it's coming. I got word from someone at Blizzard, and you might roll your eyes. Oh, he's full of shit. That's what they said the first time when I announced Classic WoW before anyone in the world. I still have a video of me saying, "I told you so. I told you Classic WoW was coming." This is gonna sound very stuck up. I was the first person in the world to announce Classic WoW. I was so early with it. Blizzard sent me a fucking cease and desist from their legal department. That actually happened. I was like, oh man, it was a little scary. I was like, oh shit. That actually happened. So yeah, true story. That contact is the guy that told me about this. This I have the clear to say. So Classic WoW Fresh, when it does happen, we're going there. We'll go there together, and then we'll go to BC together. And Burt's Bees, chapstick shit. Again, you want to be there? This mic's gonna pick up everything. I know it. Sorry about that. If you want to be there, please let me know. Things will be different this time. Things will be more stable and more fun for longer. For the entirety of Classic, it'll be a good time with less requirement, less stress, more fun. So I can either end this stream here, or we can chill and you guys can ask questions. I don't mind. It hasn't become a troll fest yet, which I'm honestly shocked to see that people are actually not trolling like crazy. That's a good thing, though. It's a good thing. So that's cool. But I'm trying to find the video. YouTube's like not loading my old videos for some reason. I'm not pulling them up. But I'm trying to find a video of me saying, I fucking told you so. I told you Classic WoW was coming, and you guys made a Reddit thread. There it is. It's even got the description. I told you guys. It's me going, there's the video of me saying I told you so years ago that Classic WoW was coming. I was super excited. People made memes of this video. It was good. There's like a Super Saiyan video with Super Saiyan hair for me. Love it. Funny stuff. It was really funny. So that's what you're talking about, right? That's going to be a good giveaway. In the event OT loses server first on the Fresh server, how do you think you will react? I know it was an issue the first time around. I'll probably start throwing monitors and crying and shit. Nah. So what? I think that there was even more of an emphasis, too much of an emphasis on that. We'll go for it. Still go for it. And I think these servers will even be more difficult. There'll probably be more competition for world bosses and stuff. And that'll actually keep it fun. That'll keep it flavorful, you know? Competition, being able to fight over Azuragos and Kazakh a lot, like that's going to be cool. I think we put too much of an emphasis on other stuff rather than we had so much accomplishments. We had world's first rank 14 players. We had more world bosses than any guild on any Classic WoW server. That's enough to speak to. That's huge, you know? And I think world's first 60? I was never going for that. I stopped to farm Devil Swords while leveling, and even if I didn't, I wouldn't have hit world's first 60. but I was up there. I was probably like, I don't know, first 100, first 200? I don't know. Just an estimate. But on Kirtanos, my group was a group of 3. We were of the first 5. I think we were 2nd, 3rd, and 4th 60. Maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th. Don't really know. But I leveled in a group of 3 the whole way. So, oh yeah, it was a lot more than what happened at ZG. It was a lot more than just server first. It was a lot more than that. I promise you that. If it was just server first, it would have been a whole lot of nothing. I wouldn't have cared. So worst case scenario, Blizz allows server transfers to Fresh after a couple months. Okay, I hate when people go worst case scenario because you kind of have to answer the question. That will not happen. That will not happen. They will not let people with Nax gear come to servers that don't have Nax out. A month after Nax, the transfers open up. I don't know. That's fine with me. I don't care if they do that. That's cool. Whatever. Some people bring their Kirtanos characters over. All right. Some Kirtanos players are like, yo, I'm going to join you guys now because BC's coming. I'm going to transfer to your server before BC drops. That's cool with me. I think Blizzard should do that. That's fine. Maybe not a month after, but like right before BC. Because the goal should be, hey, let's get on that server so we can play BC together. Rather than let me get on that server with my full Nax decked character and help you do Nax. I imagine the goal with the transfers opening up would be to let you on that server so you can go to BC together. Because everyone's on the same playing field right before BC launches. It's like, you remember my Nax gear? I was replacing it almost in Hellfire Peninsula. I think a couple pieces I did. That was crazy. What do we do if BC comes out while Fresh is still going on? I did answer it, but I'm gonna answer it one more time. If Blizzard said, "Hey, we're gonna launch BC for these servers, but your BC is gonna come a couple months after, or 3 months after, 4 months, 5 months," I would tell the guild, "You guys want to just wait and do BC when it comes to our server? Are you guys cool with that? We'll talk about it." But Blizzard would have to guarantee that there is a fresh BC for us coming. Hell, we could do both. We could be like, "Hey, let's mess around with the BC that launched, use it for practice, and then when the fresh BC launches for our server, our Fresh Classic, let's do that." So the way it was told to me by Blizzard, by a Blizzard developer himself, the way it was told to me was BC will be after these fresh servers. Does that mean our BC is after these fresh servers? Or BC entirely is after these fresh servers? I was under to the understanding that BC entirely is a year away. It's what he said. Like, it is not even... It's not done yet. It's not ready to be released yet. So we're going to have fresh servers first before that. If something changes and they go, "Hey, you guys really want BC?" or Shadowlands starts doing really poorly and they're losing subs, they will release BC. Blizzard works like that. Okay? Blizzard works like that. Like, they're a publicly traded company, guys. You guys got to understand that if they can make $1 billion in January or $1 billion across the whole year, the across the whole year is a better thing for them. They'd rather make the $1 billion across the whole year than $1 billion in January and nothing the rest of the year. I know that sounds weird to some people. I'm not talking down to you guys, but that's how that works with a publicly traded company. They need income throughout the year. Otherwise, after January, what happens to their stock? And the shareholders start going nuts. So Blizzard changes stuff based off their earnings. You gotta understand that. So if Shadowlands does really, really, really poorly, they might do exactly what I said. Here's BC, but don't worry, you're gonna get a BC fresh as well. And I'll get that info. I'll get that info for sure. You'll get a BC for you, for your fresh servers. It might be 6 months after their BC, but you're gonna get it. You know, I'm cool with that. Again, I'd be cool with practicing BC on the official BC and then going to BC fresh. That's all speculation type stuff, but to my understanding, BC will come after these fresh servers are done with Nax. That means BC's a year away, or 9 months away. Like, that means BC's pretty fucking far. So, that might upset a lot of people, but I don't run Blizzard. Don't get mad at me. I will definitely cut this down a lot for people that want to watch this later, because there's been a lot of like kind of repeated stuff towards this end here. But I just don't want to end it on you guys. If you guys want to still keep talking fresh, if you guys got questions, concerns, anything that you might deem a little, I don't know, questionable or something, if there's anything on your mind that you're worried about, drop it in chat. Let me know. It could be in the Discord or stream chat. Let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, I'm gonna cut the music part out at the beginning, so we can I'll upload it to YouTube and such. I didn't touch on that. I did not touch on that. Can we shut down loot complainers real quick this time? Yes. There are people from Kirtanos that literally told me to die that I would welcome into our guild. We could talk about it. Talk about our misunderstandings, and get people together. The people that were massive loot drama dudes, I don't want them in this guild. Like, they could talk to me and be like, "Hey, sorry things went that way." I'm happy to talk to them. I don't want them in this guild. As much as I want to support the large amount of loot in this guild from world bosses and the new split run rules that'll give us a lot of extra loot, there's no satisfying some of these people, like some of the real crazy people that to this day are still doing it on Kirtanos, because I hear it every time you guys raid on Kirtanos. I get messages about it. I get screenshots from it all the time. I still get it. Stuff like I don't even really care about. They send it to me. I mean, fine. Thanks for having me in your heart and in your mind. Still sending me the Kirtanos updates. Like, that's cool. It's still happening. People getting kicked for guilds over the same people over loot stuff. Like, I don't want some of those. I can only really name like 3 or 4 people. I don't want them back. I'm sorry. You guys might know. You guys might be listening, but there's some people that are so into loot. It's in your blood. I cannot ever satisfy you, no matter what. Right after every meeting, after every raid. Hey, Nekrage, can I talk to you in a channel? Okay, sure. And I already know what it's gonna be. And almost every one of them will always say, "Now I don't really care about loot, but why didn't I get that loot?" And it was more than that. It was like during the raids complaining, after every raid, let's talk, after every time I log on, like the following day, hey, before you start doing runs, can we talk? While you're wearing literally like the best gear in the server. Like you are the best geared mage on Kirtanos. What do you want me to do? I can't give you... There's 39 other people to feed, man. There's only so much you can do for people, and we're not doing that shit. We're going to have more loot than almost anyone in the world, okay? With these successful split runs, we'll have a required date where your alt has to be 60 if you want to be hardcore. Like, there's going to be requirements like that. Like, hey, you got to be 60 by this date on your main. Alts, start leveling your alts, guys. You remember that. Like, start leveling your warlocks. You're level 20, which will still be a requirement. Level 20 warlocks, those worked really well. Don't change what's not broken, right? We'll have that requirement. We'll have the alt has to match the main. And, of course, the main has to be 60 by a certain date if you want to be in hardcore. I don't know why I started talking about that. But yeah, now that we know what loot is coming out, even though we sort of did already, will you guys, once you have a dedicated 40 hardcore group, have gear assigned so no one can complain? They'll still complain about that, like, why am I on this? I'm happy to kind of do that. Get together in a meeting and discuss if we want to do that. We're still going to do loot council. We're not doing rolls. Because as much as people say, we should just roll loot, you're going to be pissed off when someone brand new to the guild rolls and beats you or wins 3 items in a row. Like, then you just got to start having, well, wait, they can't roll unless they've been in the guild for 2 weeks and they already won a piece, so they're not allowed to roll for another 2 raids. Like, it starts getting a little ridiculous with those rules too. We're not doing DKP. We'll always do loot council, but I don't mind if there's like an assisted list for loot council. I don't mind that. It's a good question for sure. I should have touched on that too. I can't believe I missed this. Flasks, consumables, and I'm going to even throw world buffs into that question. Where are they going to fall? There's going to be so much less of a focus on flasks and world buffs. I won't say consumes in general, but there'll be so much less of a focus, and the reason for that is it was draining on people. Farming gold, getting those world buffs for raids and stuff. If we're not parsing and stuff, and we know we can get the raid done without it, take it easy on the requirements a little bit, right? There's people that are still going to want to come with world buffs as a tank. I don't want to let the guild down. That's always on my mind. I'll come with a fair amount of world buffs, but I can't get Onyxia, Rallying Cry. All right, man, it's okay. Let's just go raid. You got a Songflower, great, let's go. That's fine. When the game launches, obviously there's Oni and MC. You don't have to worry about world buffs and consumes because you're trying to rush to get in there and clear it as soon as possible because you don't want to miss out on raid clears because, I don't know, you're either going for server first or if we don't kill him today, it's Monday. If we don't kill him today, we're going to miss a raid lockout. Let's try to get this MC and Oni done now as our first clear so when we can do it again next week. Fine. There's no situation with world buffs and flasks because you don't even have flask recipes at that point. BWL launches, we're going to have flasks and world buffs and stuff. Let's do that for BWL's launch. Let's come fully prepared. That's going to be like the heavy requirements. Be like, hey, hardcore people, flasks, world buffs, come with them for BWL's launch. Okay, we cleared BWL week 1. Week 2, we might say, hey, fuck the world buffs, come with your flasks, let's go week 2. Week 3, super easy already, maybe. Fuck it. Tanks come with your flasks, and maybe we help them out with something. Help them out with their flasks a little bit, just because tanks kind of, sucks when Broodlord one-shots a tank, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Get that flask on him, something like that. Yeah, we'll start reducing the requirements. Hey, it's week 5 of BWL. We're all decked out. Tanks are rolling like full tier 2. We're good. Like start dropping the requirements. You're doing split runs. Everyone's getting a crazy amount of loot. It's fine. Start dropping the requirements, but then AQ launches. Bring back the requirements a little bit and wean them off. And next, the requirements might last a little longer because it's fucking next, right? Stuff like that. Can class leads actually class lead? Actually meet with the class. That stopped happening real quick. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't disagree with you. There's definitely some class leads that needed to step up a little bit, maybe be a little more vocal. I'm with you. Also, we tried to do the 2 raid things, remember? 80 hardcore. That sucked. People were like, I don't want to be in the non-Nekrage raid. Flattering. I like that. Thanks. But I also hate it. I guess it makes me feel good that my raids are a little more smooth, I guess, but it fucking sucks because that's also hurting me because I gotta make sure that raid does well, and then you hear messages, oh, this is what happened in this raid and this is why it sucked. Like, that was horrible. But we're gonna do one hardcore raid, 40 people. That's it. But we're gonna have casual raids as well. That's gonna be on a different day. I will almost certainly be in those as well. Almost certainly every time, but, rank 14, I can't raid. I gotta concentrate on rank 14. That happens too. You guys know how that goes. So there'll be some asterisks there, right? But for the most part, I'll be part of the casual raids as well. I'll be able to lead those as well. And then every hardcore raid will be the same 40 people, and the 20 hardcore, 20 men, I don't have to explain that again, right? The split raids, how that's going to work very, very easily. Please don't fight me on the alt has to match the main. And before someone asks, my main's a priest. Is it okay if I heal on a resto druid as my alt? No. I'm sorry. No. You can have an alt that you want to raid with the casual raids. Fine. But you need 2 priests. You need 2 warriors. And you need to do the same role. I will be tanking twice. I did that anyway. But I'll be tanking twice. You'll be DPSing twice. You'll be healing twice. You can have a DPS alt as a healer and go raid with the casual raid. That's fine. But guys, we need everyone on board for this one. With the 20 alt, your main has to match your alt. Don't find me on that, please. If you want this to work out smooth, you get as much loot as possible. It's so much less stress for everyone because the raids will actually be more successful for split runs. It's a lot less stress for the administration that trust me, you don't want to stress them out to a crazy extent. You don't want to do that to them. Trust me. So, you guys on board with that? You don't fight me on that? I promise you a smooth experience. Promise you a better Classic WoW experience this time. I promise you that. So, until next commitment. I'm going to save that one for later. That till next commitment thingy. We'll talk about that in the next meeting for sure. Gonna need therapy. Does anyone have any questions, concerns about anything? You message me on Discord. You can drop it in chat. If not, guys, I'm gonna end this stream and go join the guild and chat because they might have questions they want to just talk about it in a voice chat. I will upload this. I will start uploading this immediately. I'll have to cut it a little bit, and I'll start uploading it immediately. And, yeah, hopefully you guys join us. And this sounds appealing, and you want to do this a second time and do it the right time, or for the first time. But you want to be Oran'Thul. You want to join us, or maybe even I don't want to be in your guild, but maybe I'll join the same server as you. That's cool. Whatever. We'll coordinate some stuff and make it work. So anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in probably like an hour. I'll put my stream back on. I'll be playing some Fractured and stuff. But thank you very much for sitting and listening to me drone on because Nekrage loves to hear himself talk. And I will catch you guys later if you're around. Don't be a stranger. Come back to the stream. Later.